Okay. Are we live? Are we? Maybe. Might take a couple seconds. Oh, there we go. Go to dashboard. Stream manager. Turn that off. 30 some odd seconds. Hello? Hello? There we go. So, this does not look like a game. That's because it isn't. Today, doing a little bit of designing. So I've got this stand to hang a green screen on. See if I can reach it without pulling my headphones off my head here. There's a wire. So I have this. And I want to be able to have this hung up behind me. So the wire. Okay, so I have a green screen stand, and the lighting is bloody terrible. Hopefully I can improve that mess. I just need to figure out a way to roll the green screen up. And why is my phone making noises during streams? I should figure out a way to shut it up. So, I asked last week, while I was playing Sky when I was finished, if anyone would want to see me design the parts for the green screen holder so that I can make it roll it up. And the only person who was watching that stream said that would be fun. So, here we are. So, all right. So anyway, this is freecad. And which way should I do this? Front. You know what? Let's do it from the side. Oh man, I have to actually. There we go. Now it works. Okay. Now, part of my thing here. Yeah, so there's these little clamps that go with it. There's 2 bags of them. And then there's these little doodads that these go on the side pulls, and they have little clips on them, kind of like those ones that you'd clip a badge onto a pocket with. And they're meant to hold the edges. I'm not going to use those because I'm making this screen roll up. So to do that, I'm going to need one of these verticals eventually. So I'll take one out, just spread that out a little bit. Not much, but that's not going to stand up very well. Take out one of the horizontal poles. Okay, so this and another one just like it are attached together with a third piece that attaches in the middle here, just between them. And then this can extend out. So I got to design the rolling mechanism to hook on to this. So I'm going to... this is going to get interesting to explain. Put all this stuff down. Now, do I have a simple paint program on this thing? Holy smokes, no. Yeah, we don't need to use the GIMP for this, and Blender, yeah, right. Let's see. Games graphics. Dark table, nope. Yeah, PDF editor. I do not think I have one installed. Huh. Oh, that was dumb. Not being very frickin' prepared here. Huh. Nope. Image viewer. Another image viewer. Thumbnail thing. The frick is that? Okay. No. Got nothing. Jeez, I thought I would have had one on there. I think that's one of those things that's on every system. Well, except Microsoft seems to be getting rid of it on Windows or something. Let's see. Drawing, edit, screenshot. Or memes. Huh. Oh, I thought I had that in there. So, interior. Yeah, okay, that's... Well, sometime this week, screenshots. Oh, yeah, that's helpful. Oh, what? Do I get screenshots from that version? No, that's more complex than I need. What about this one? Okay, this. Huh. Okay, so I'm not super prepared. This is also new. My paint. I think that's for like fancy pants graphics drawing tablet things. What the? Oh, there we go. Aha! This is the one that I wanted. But I will take the one that's in the package system and not the snap. There we go. Oh, type my own password in wrong. Oh, this one doesn't even have screenshots. All right, so that can go away. There we go. Very, very simple. MS Paint knockoff. Yeah, there we go. So, I kind of got this idea from a Farmcraft video. He made, basically he can roll up tarps on the side of his shop extension thing to block the wind. So, that's thin. Okay. So the idea that I had was, okay, so we have a, whoops, vertical here, and the horizontal one going over there. And we'll put big green rectangle that was supposed to be filled. Oh well. There's the tool. I don't see well. So that can be a bit tricky. Okay, so that very poorly represents the green screen. And the plan is, and I'll just use red here, I want to have something here that I can tie paracord around. That's all squiggled up. Something else up here that's gonna have a pulley in it, and then two more things over the bar. And the way those are going to work is draw. That is not a circle. There we go. That is. So the red piece is going to go over that, and there will be some kind of a pulley attached here. So on one side of the green screen. And what's going to happen, use blue for this, the paracord is going to tie up there, go down underneath, and go up over this pulley. And green screen fabric will be hung up there and wrapped around and around and around. I've got some pool noodles to do that part. And the paracords are going to come across here through that pulley and down, and then I'll be able to just wrap it around this, you know, kind of like a figure eight to hold it in place. And then I can just pull this piece here down to roll the green screen up. Okay? Clear as mud? Now I just got to design this mess. Discard. And we don't have any audio from the computer this time because I'm just using... I haven't connected anything to game audio. So... calipers. Precision digital ones. Is the fucking... What the f... Oh, don't tell me the battery's dead. Good grief. I don't have any spare batteries for this thing. Yeah, I already put in the one spare battery that came with it. What the... That's a little bulged. Dang it. The battery that came in it when I bought it lasted for years. Oh, technical difficulties. That's going to be a problem. 'Cause I need more accuracy than I can with a little frickin' sewing measuring tape. Oh, crud. I don't think I have any other 9-volt battery. That's not going to help. I've got CR2032s coming out my ears. They're not going to work. You know what? I found a laser pointer that works. So, I'm going to steal its battery. Or one of them anyway, hopefully. Hopefully they're the right size. Yeah, this is all puffed, this frickin' battery. There's nothing. That's dead. Completely dead. Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I haven't really played with this much. Mostly because I forget it exists. And I have another light that has a laser in it. Okay. There we go. That's better. It's working now. Okay. Good Lord. Is this going to wind up by being a two-parter? Where the first part is just me screwing around, getting stuff working, getting my damn tools to work. Alright. So, let's start with the pulleys, I think. And what the flying... what do they do to the layout of this thing? God Lord. Okay. Now... Deedle-doo-dee-doo. I'm going to have to do the pulley. I'm going to have to do it as a revolve. But, you know, I kind of need bearings. Now, where the hell do you think I can get some bearings from? No guesses? All right, well, I guess I'll just tell you. I bought an assortment on Amazon of small bearings that I can use for 3D printing. And I think, yeah, these are the same size ones as what are used in fidget spinners. So I think I'm going to base my pulleys around one of these. Yeah, and you get to hear all the crinkle, crinkle, crinkle noises. Yeah, they're gooey. There's some kind of grease on them. Like, I know, like, castings, they come with something called cosmoline on them. It's just grease to keep water off them so they don't get, like, wrecked. So when you get your bearings, they're all nice and metally looking instead of all not so nice and rusty looking. Yeah, itch. Okay, I'm gonna clean this off. A little bit of alcohol. I gotta fill this bottle up. Yeah, there's not very much in there. That's okay. Clean the grease at least off the outside. Although, do remind me to put a drop of oil in this. Oh, that inner ring is not very... Is it? No, I don't think so. Anyway, sidetracked. To put a drop of oil on these guys so that they will roll freely. A friend of mine's got some graphite. I wonder if I can get some. Mix it with a little bit of alcohol and try to get it into the inner race on this bearing. Okay, so now to start with, it is a diameter of exactly 22 millimeters. Just double check that I'm measuring this correctly. Yeah, 22 on the button. And the hole, 6.9. Yeah, 7 point nothing. Okay. 7 millimeters. And 7 and change wide. Okay. So, this is going to get interesting. So, whoa, that's new. Huh. I should mention that this software is under constant development. And yeah, so we're witnessing some of that right there. Equal constraint. And that. I want to... What are you? Symmetric. All right. You are supposed to be connected to that one. Where the fuck is... Alright, what the hell? Where is coincident? Constraint block? No. Where the... Where that flying... Oh, there it is. Can you tell it might have been a bit since I've used this? Okay. So... I need to measure a scrap of paracord. There was a piece on top of here. And there still is. Okay. Chunk of paracord. This is just a scrap piece. But it's the same size. Okay, so... I'll say it's 5 millimeters. And these pulleys, at least 2 of them, there's going to be 3 of them in total. 2 of them have to have 2 paracords going through. So I got to be mindful of that and make enough room. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. You know, stuff could, break and... Or just get all tangled up. So... Let's see, how long? It's half a friggin' millimeter. I'm really zoomed in. So let's make that a centimeter. Okay. And how big do I want it? I'm gonna say 20 millimeters. Okay, that might be too frickin' big. And need construction line. How? There. That's how. And mention that guy. So this is 22 millimeters, so we're going to need 11 for the way I'm going to make it. Okay. Now, back to regular lines. All right. Oh, well, they seem to have worked out a lot of kinks. There we go. So that's not going to move anymore. There was some weird things going on with this before. Let's change this dimension. Okay, so this is 1 centimeter wide. So 2 paracords can fit in there. Oh, one of them's just going to be kind of just sitting there. The other one's going to be wrapped around. Those edges are going to get interesting to print. It should be fine. Or I might make a fool of myself and have to redo it. But either way, I think this should be good enough, maybe. Except this bearing is half that width. So I may need to put a shoulder inside here, but you know what? I can modify it later. So now, revolution. There. See? Oops, wrong button. There we go. So I can make a pulley shape just like that. But I should make something for this bearing to push up against. And then some way to lock it in place. I know I'm a bonehead. Okay. Mention that. Yet, how tall should I make that? Zero that out. Huh. One single millimeter. And now I need to go. So this was 7 millimeters wide. Yeah, 7 millimeters. So 3.5. Okay. All right. That. This is not as fun as gameplay, is it? Right there. Okay. Supposedly, there's something not constrained here. So that's 1 millimeter. How big is this part? A 1.5 millimeters. All right. So, what's not constrained here? Nothing's moving. Okay, yeah, whatever. Under constrained. What are we talking about? Oh, it's just this construction line. Yeah, as if that makes a difference. Who cares? That makes Never mind. It can stay under constraint. It's fine. Now, that's a shoulder for this bearing to bump up against too when you slide it in. I should make a way for it to snap in. But how do I do that? Do I really want to try and design a snap ring? You know what? Screw it. I'm doing it. All right. Come on. It's still going to be just 1 freaking millimeter. Yeah, let's make those the same. Come on. Let the... You know what? Go over there. The... Oh. I'm a dummy. Put that in the wrong one. No, I'm not going to... Yeah, that one I'm going to delete. Dimension that one. Good enough. 1 millimeter. You're supposed to be equal with them too. Okay. And come on. There we go. Now, so you should be 3.5 as well. And there we go. So there's a shoulder over here and a groove over there. Close that. I should save this. This program's a bit notorious for going bang at inconvenient times. Okay. Yes, I did hit the right keys. Okay. So we'll save that. Revolution. There we go. So there. So the bearing will slide in here. That shoulder will stop it going all the way through. And this part here will have a snap ring that I'll have to make at a different point. So there's that. Where the flying? There it is. Way the hell down there. Pulley. And there we go. I want to see something. Will this explode if I try to fillet those? It does absolutely nothing. Not a thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to print this on that side. And digging frickin', what do you call it, support material out of that groove is gonna be a bear. Okay, so that'll need a couple of washers to go on either side and hold the bearing and to be clamped just to this part in the middle. So you only want to squeeze there. You don't want to be squeezing up there because it's going to slow your stuff down. Why is my bearing not spinning like it was earlier? Weird. Very, very weird. Okay, so the washers, I think I'm going to want to make them the same exact part, so then I'll only have to design one. Here, and first I'm going to make an adjustment. Transparency 90%. There. I can see through it. That'll make some aspects of this easier. Okay, part design. What are you? Create a group. I don't want to create a group. A new body. Now let's rename this before we even start. Bearing washer. Okay. Create a sketch. All right. Now, itch. Okay. So we have that visible. And let's start. How bloody big do I want to make this? Because I don't need to make it that big. Like this hole is 7 millimeters. Yeah, the hole is 7. Oops. Caught a beard here. Yeah, 7mm hole. I think, there we go. And the outside of this is 11mm and change. So let's say 12. Okay. There we go. 12mm. Now, I should pick the screws. All right. Okay, so the bearing is a centimeter wide, or not the bearing, the thing is a centimeter wide. I could use these great big thick screws. And I don't even need to do really anything for centering. But this also needs to be long enough. I don't think this is going to be. No, this is just 2 centimeters. That's going to leave very little material on either side. So I think I need longer, which I don't have. Yeah, none of these. Huh. Yeah, I have one long screw. That's not going to do. Oh, bloody hell, I can only do... Oh, the screw just has to hold the bearing in place. It doesn't have to do anything more than that. So I can have the washer even extend. Okay. Yeah, the head of that screw is the whole size of that thing. So it might actually be of advantage to use a smaller one. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'll just have the washer stick out. Oh yeah, and with this thinner nut. Okay. All right, so the nut is larger than the head. So if I'm going to use the same part for both things, we'll be making the hole for that hex nut. So 9.2, let's say 9.5 millimeters of a hexagon. And for this hole, let's give that 5 millimeters. Are you bored yet? 5. There we go. It's a donut. Oh, what am I dropping all over the place? Knocking things around. Okay. So, oh, that's in the middle of there. Yeah, oh well. And we'll pad that by, it wants to pad it by an entire centimeter. That's way too big. Unless, you know what? Yeah, I'll let it pad it out a centimeter. Okay. Now we need to edit that face. That's not helpful. Okay, where the... Stuff's moving around here. And get that and that. Okay, so one circle, 2, 7 millimeters. Let's say 6.8. We'll make it so it's not, you know, fighting with stuff. Okay. Dimension that at, yeah, 12 millimeters. All right. So this we need to bucket. And that is 3.5. And there we go. That'll slide in there nicely into the end of that bearing. Okay. Now, that end. I don't know why it they don't need that open. I don't know why it flips like that. That's weird. Okay. Whoops. Do the operations in the right order. Because, you know, that matters. Okay. You know, wait, I don't even have to do really anything at all here. So, the distance from here to here. to be... what did I measure that? I put the bolt away and I forgot how big the nut was. Like a clown. Just, yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Hmm. 9.23. So I'm going to make this 9.5. Oh, that's not going to leave very much of that washer left. Oh well. And save. Pocket. How deep do I want to go? I can't see through this. I need to adjust something here quick. Appearance. You need to be translucent so I can see what I'm trying to do. That's sketch and bucket. Yeah, I don't want to go too far, but that should be fine. How tall is this nut? Yeah. And the nut's only 3 millimeters tall. So, got an itch. Itch finger. So, yeah. So this is 3.5 centimeters. So that's a millimeter and a half. So that's 5. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking out loud, kind of not. 21 millimeters. So the screw will be 21 millimeters long. Or the threaded part of it is 21 millimeters. Let's try for 3. Okay, so yeah, it would be long enough to not have to use the washer recess at all, but I'm gonna anyway. All right, file, save, and there we go. So there's that part. Somehow I thought I'd be able to be a little more dynamic here. Okay. So yeah, we'll need 2 of them per assembly. So that'll be 6 of the bloody things for the entire thing. So, back over here. Pull that up. And okay. I know you can buy these things, but I'm going to print one. Because I can. It'll take like half a second. Yeah, sketch. On that axis. Okay. So, arc. And what did we end up with? 11.8. A diameter of 11.8. Okay. Or 8.5. You know what? I can just straight the fuck up be 12. It's okay if it hits the inside of that piece. It's not going to hurt anything. And just because it can, straighten them symmetric. That did nothing. What the? Oh, bloody hell. That did absolutely nothing. That's okay. I'll figure it out later. Actually, you know what? There. That did it. Okay. Another. And that dimension. And you need to be exactly two. So we're going to make you. There we go. And I need to have a couple of big circles. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn that into a construction line then, given the way stuff is going. Connect. That did not connect correctly. Oh, that's just an arrow. Okay. Redundant constraints. Like what? Redundant constraint number 12. Okay, so now what did that remove? Nothing. Or not. Okay. That's getting troublesome. Let's see. What are these? A 2 millimeter radius. Okay. And now let's make those the same. a pain in the butt. I want those to have some distance. 10. Yeah, 10 millimeters is fine. Okay, now we just need to make some holes. Make them match. Now, what do we got going here? 1.8. Let's say 2 millimeters. There we go. Okay. That seems to be okay. So now, if I pad you, no, that's way too big. 0.8. I'll leave some wiggle room. I'm gonna have to adjust the position of that. Right. Now, deedly-doo, deedly-doo, and material transform. And there we go. Perfect. Yeah, that'll work now. Okay, so that's the whole pulley designed in 3 pieces, one of which I have to make 2 of. And I may have to file the edges of that because it looks like I might get a bit sharp. Damn yawns. 90. Transparent pieces. Okay, and save. Okay, I think maybe I want to make one little alteration. Why will you not let me click on that line, you? Come on, stupid thing. No, could I have been? No. I should have been able to. Why can't I? Okay, not gonna lie. That's annoying. I wanted to put some fillets in there, but it won't frickin' let me. Come on. Let me click in there. Yeah. What do I get if I try to fillet the whole thing there? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Doesn't work. Oh well. Oh. All right. So that's been about an hour or so, and after I got all the technical difficulties worked out, so that's that. I think I'm going to call that for today, seeing as I'm kind of yawning more than I'd like to. And absolutely nothing in chat, and there's supposedly one viewer, but that may just as well be me. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, have to decide whether I'm going to do this next week or not. I think I'm just going to finish the design work off camera, and next week I'll be back to playing games. Only if I get the design done, I have another camera that I can set up to see the 3D printer, so that'll just be in the corner of the screen. Now, anyway, thank you for watching, whoever eventually does, and we'll see you later.